Hello, I'm Ike. He's DAZAI, and we're here again to talk about Pinoy comics. And this is one of the more unusual ones that came out in the last many months or so. This is Little Wolf by Cat S. One of the first entries to peak off Philippine International Comics Festival along with Doobie-Doo Asks. Okay? This is by Cat S. The story is divided into several chapters. It's rather thick, actually, the book. And as I mentioned, it's divided into these sections telling the story of the little wolf in question. So it starts like this. You have something of a cave enthusiast who visits a cave that he notices has paintings of a wolf family. Yeah. He tried to follow the story of the wolf family deeper into the cave as he went along and found it interesting and sketched it a little. He finally decided to keep coming back and keep finding out the rest of the story, and then filled in the rest by himself. So that's how this story starts. So this is how he tells the stories of the cave paintings that he found there over the course of several months. And it starts with this. Okay. As you notice, there are no dialogue bubbles in this story. Everything is told in the illustrations immediately, and there are words that just interrupt the panels every once in a while. This is still true even when the characters start talking, like this one. Still no dialogue bubbles. Approximate based on the distance from the character who is talking. This is fine, and actually I found it very nice when parang it's a child who is learning to read will appreciate it and understand the story as it goes along and not be intimidated. Okay, so anyway, the main story of this is the little wolf in question goes wandering for a while by herself because she tends to be left behind since she's the smallest one in her pack. So she befriends a few people, but she's always sad that she's left behind by her older brothers who go hunting already. So eventually the dad notices this and they talk about it and they spend some time together, and yun, she's still frustrated to be the youngest and not allowed to hunt like everybody else. So the story continues, and yes, it goes into this style also once in a while of dark paper, but over colored pencils. It's very, very nice, yes, in delivering the story. However, there comes a point where the little wolf tries her hand at hunting by herself, finds a calf that way. Unfortunately, she gets lost, and she doesn't she gets so lost that she doesn't find her way back, and because of that, she gets adopted by this kid, and this stays for a long while until she wonders if she should go back to her pack. She stay with the boy, and what is her path in life actually. So that's how the rest of the story goes. And as you can see, the the no dialogue balloons persists. So it's half comic, half storybook as it moves along, and it's very cute, but also very detailed where it matters, very atmospheric in its pacing. It's nice and slow where it should be, but also there are also points like this where she's really good at timing the panels in how they move to tell the story, and also how to characterize the little boy and some of the adults that also appear as this story goes along. So the suites are divided in like this with chapter headings until you get to the end. Okay, and then there's Cat S and her ninja accounts, and this is how it looks at the back of the book. So yeah. So Little Wolf is again by Cat S, made for one of the entries for Peek Off, and ayan. This is a really nice story of identity of that a little kid can understand, but also grown-ups can understand. So one of the nice ways to appreciate this book is you have a little kid with you, and then you read along with the story, like follow the words as you go along and interpret what is going on. That's one way to enjoy this story. Another way is if the child is, say, already pretty good at reading, he can read this alone and also try to understand how the movement goes and how the words relate to the illustrations, diba? It's a very nice exercise while still having a good story running along for a whole lot of chapters. So you get a long story of this interesting wolf, and well you have a good read. As a grown-up, you do like this story of the little wolf who as she grows up in this story, actually separated from most of her family for most of the story, and how she accepts this, how she works with this, and in that sense, many adults can relate to this problem by themselves, diba? And yun nga, this style is very impressive in how atmospheric it is, how it manages to target and provide space for the important parts and be detailed in where it's supposed to be detailed. Cat S is really good about that, especially with this book. She's also very well timed in her earlier storybooks, but this is her best work yet. So please get this book along with her earlier storybooks. Most of them are on the Komiket SecretHQ. So yun. And yeah, so I hope you get to find this. It's still easy to find at Komiket SecretHQ, and yes, as part of Peek Off, I hope it gets international notice as well. And yeah, and again, I'm Ike, he's DAZAI. Please like this video, and I hope you liked it, and please continue to read and continue to enjoy Pinoy comics. Thank you.